bodies weren't falling for him at some points in that fight, but I believe we won that fight. Clearly, we should be two-time world champion right now.
Tank Gervonta Davis has returned to trolling, and after their bout finished in a contentious draw, Lamont Roach Jr. is the target this time. It appears that Tank's sole concern is money, as evidenced by his mention of the fighter he would call out if he had defeated Roach. Tank wasted no time in telling Roach exactly how he felt, and not only that, the remarks made by Tank's rivals regarding his pretty boy excuse in the ring set up the ideal fights for Tank in the near future.
Who were you gonna call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here.
Tank gonna do him.
He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next question.
Have a hot live session to catch up. Roach was not having any of it when Davis made fun of him, saying that he was still the superior guy and that Roach should be grateful that he was not knocked out. He made it apparent that despite Davis's best efforts to win, he was unable to complete the task. As the dust settles, it appears like Tank may not be finished with Roach yet.
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the
fight was an intense battle, with Roach coming in sharp and outworking Davis in multiple rounds. He had a defining moment in the 9th round that sent shockwaves. Through the boxing world, Davis took a knee. Most fans and analysts saw it as a clear knockdown, but the referee ruled otherwise. That single moment could have changed everything. Had it been scored correctly, Roach would have secured the biggest win of his career. Instead, the fight ended in a controversial majority draw, allowing Davis to retain his WBA lightweight title. Despite the debate surrounding the decision, Davis wasted no time trolling Roach on social media. He reminded his opponent that he was still the champion and that a draw wasn't enough to take the belt. "You should be thanking me for not ending your career," Davis wrote in one post. In another, he dismissed Roach's efforts entirely, saying, "You had the fight of your life and still couldn't beat me." But Roach wasn't one to stay silent. He fired back, claiming that Davis knew the truth. He had given everything he had and still couldn't put Roach away. Their back and forth only intensified the controversy, fueling discussions among fans and analysts alike. While Davis managed to hold on to his title, the unresolved tension suggests this rivalry is far from over. Whether a rematch will settle, the debate remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: both fighters walked away with something to prove.
Both even. If you watch the fight, they was both watching each other. Sometimes they stood right in front of each other, just trying to figure out where the holes was at. It was a very skillful fight.
And which is one of the things that when you fight somebody that
"You know what happened in that ring," Roach said during an Instagram live session. "You felt it. You did your best, and you couldn't beat me. I told you I was no Frank Martin." It was a direct challenge, one that Davis clearly didn't appreciate. Davis quickly responded, attempting to downplay the moment that had fans talking. "Man, y'all, keep talking about that knee," he said. "I took a knee because I wanted to, not because he did anything special. I was just chilling, thinking about what I was going to eat after the fight." But most fans and analysts saw it differently. That moment in the 9th round was a rare sign of vulnerability from Davis, and Roach isn't letting it go. He continues to apply pressure, using it as proof that he had the upper hand. The debate over the fight's outcome and that controversial The knockdown call has only fueled the rivalry. With tensions rising between the two fighters, their war of words has kept the boxing world buzzing. Whether this leads to a rematch remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. This feud is far from over.
I thought I was doing my thing, so I'm not really that frustrated about that. But if that was kind of a knockdown, I will win a majority decision.
Is now being forced to re-evaluate his future prior to the Roach bout as a result of all of this back and forth. Davis had previously stated that he would be done boxing by the end of 2025 and that he had 3 more fights following Roach, but that draw altered everything. Davis had been open about his intention to retire shortly. Although Davis says he isn't leaving, yet my plans were undoubtedly altered. My intentions were obviously altered. During the news conference after the bout, Tank acknowledged, "I probably have 4 more fights now."
Your future.
Yeah, it definitely changed my plans. It definitely changed my plans. I probably got like 4 more fights now. For sure.
Just months ago, at the end of 2024, Tank Davis seemed ready to walk away from boxing. He admitted he was tired of the sport. His plan was set and he was prepared to move on. But now he has something to prove. The controversial draw against Roach has been weighing on him, even if he won't say it outright. His non-stop trolling is evidence enough. While Davis is busy stirring the pot, Keesan Davis is on a mission to expose him. Ever since Tank's disputed result with Roach, Keesan has been all over social media, making it clear he never believed the hype surrounding Tank. To Keesan, Tank's reputation is built on promotion, not pure skill. Seeing him struggle against Roach only reinforced that belief. Now Keesan is doubling down. He's convinced Tank isn't the fighter people think he is, and he's making it known. If they ever meet in the ring, he has no doubt he would put Tank down. With the controversy still fresh and Keesan adding fuel to the fire, Tank finds himself with even more to prove. The question is, will he respond in the ring? Keesan Davis first spoke out on Instagram Live, wasting no time in criticizing Tank Davis's performance. "I feel like Lamont won. Let's start there," he said, making his stance clear. "I feel like Lamont definitely won. A draw? It is what it is. I ain't hating on the decision, but I did feel like Lamont Roach pulled it off." But Keesan wasn't just voicing an opinion, he was backing it up with facts. Had the 9th round knee been correctly ruled as a knockdown, Roach would have won on 2 of the 3 judges' scorecards, making him the new WBA lightweight champion. Instead, Tank kept his belt, and the controversy only fueled the debate about whether he's truly the best at 135 pounds. "If they ran it back, y'all already know what would happen," Keesan added, making it clear he had no doubts Roach would win a rematch. But this wasn't just about Roach. This was about Keesan putting himself in the conversation. He doesn't just believe Roach beat Tank. He believes he himself would dominate them both. "I'm the best at 135, man," Keesan declared with confidence. "Either one of them guys, I'm knocking them out." He didn't hesitate, he didn't second guess. He spoke like a man who already knew the outcome. "I'm telling you, if you give me either of them before their rematch, I'm fucking that rematch up. They're getting put down. I ain't playing. I'll put all these guys down." The message was clear. Tank and Roach can run it back all they want, but it won't matter. If Keesan gets to either of them first, he'll be the one taking over the lightweight division.
Playing out, what's the biggest advantage that Keesan has going
against Tank?
Yeah,
it's a great boxer. Keesan's a great boxer, and he got power behind him. So I can see that fight just being an entertaining fight. Keesan's an entertainer, like you said. Tank comes in there trying to knock you out. I can see that fight just being entertained and doing later rounds. Keesan will stop.
Then came the day when Keesan truly gave Tank the benefit of the doubt. "Don't tell me that Tank will no longer knock me out. Right now, I'm going to shut that off. Please refrain from uttering the words, 'This man could knock me out.' Insane. It was an outright rejection of everything Tank has made his reputation for himself, not just trash talk.
Nigga trash. Not. I'm talking about the opponent. Ass. I just don't like how
The strength, the knockouts, the aspect of fear. In his mind, Keesan doesn't believe any of it. Tank has never faced someone like him, and he's making it clear that the battle would be unlike any Tank has ever encountered once they enter the ring.
I don't want to fight one of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who I fight at this point. I don't care. But I'm telling you, if you give me either or before they rematch, I'm fucking their rematch up. They getting put. I'm telling you, I ain't even playing. I ain't playing, bro. I'm young. I'm on fire. I'm young and I'm on.
Davis isn't just talking for the sake of it. There's a real chance he could be next in line to face Tank Davis. While Tank has said he's open to a rematch with Roach, he's also made it clear that it won't be his next fight. That leaves fans wondering, if not Roach, then who? Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are both possibilities, but so is Keesan. And given how personal he's making this, the build-up to that fight would be unlike anything we've seen from Tank in a long time. Keesan isn't just criticizing Tank's last fight, he's tearing down his entire career. He's making the argument that Tank has never been the fighter people claim he is, that he's been carefully matched against opponents designed to make him look good rather than true threats. With tensions rising and Keesan refusing to back down, the possibility of a showdown between the two is growing stronger. If it happens, it could be one of the most heated fights in recent memory.
I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds, and even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. So I don't think there's any excuse for me not to win tonight, but that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Quality. If I'm Tank Davis and I'm coming off a disappointment in terms of my offensive output, I'm not going straight to the best defender in the division. I'm looking for some other fight, and I think the logical fight for him is a rematch with Lamont.
I think when he found out that this guy is in front of me, he's taking it. I think it was too late. I thought it was disappointing that